Shalom Aleichem, it's Yakov, Shepherd here from King David's tomb, KingDavidKabbalah.com, and I want to speak today about the secret of the Hebrew letters. So obviously it's a very big subject. Maybe we'll do a few classes on that with the help of Hashem. But let's make an introduction. So first of all, before understanding about the Hebrew language, let's speak about language altogether. So it says in Chazal that there is mutar adam min habehema. What is the benefit of man over animals? Okay. So what is that benefit? So according to the Kabbalah, there is different levels of existence. The first level of existence is called domem, means minerals, anything that is object, okay, still object. Then we have tzomeach, plantation. Then we have chai, which is life, animals. And on top of that there is medaber, okay, speech, the human beings that are able to speak. Now, what is the benefit of the human being over the animals? Is the power of speech. Now, what is the original power of speech? What is the first expression of speech? It says in the Torah, Vayomer Elokim, God spoke in the creation of heaven and earth. Okay, in the beginning of the creation, there is speech. Vayomer Elokim, Vayi-or, Hashem spoke, let it be light, and there was light. So we see that the first speech is the speech of Hashem. Okay, God when He created heaven and earth. What is the language that God speaks? So according to the Torah, that's the words that He said. Yehi-or, let it be light. That's the Hebrew language. Okay? So we see from there and from many other sources that the power of the Hebrew letters, the power of the speaking in Lashon HaKodesh, okay, it's not the modern Hebrew, it's Lashon HaKodesh, have the power of creation, to create. Okay? To create what? So it could be different things. It can be spiritual, it can be physical. The whole creation is created by speech. Okay? For us it's hard to understand what does it mean, how can it be that speech will create. But today also in the science they are explaining that by speaking, the vibration of a speech are changing the order of how the atoms and the molecules are coming together. Okay, there's a famous experiment that they say that they speak to water and then they freeze the water, and then according to how you speak to the water, it formats in certain ways. The crystals of the ice are formalized according to what you spoke to the water. Okay, if you speak nice things, so it becomes to be like nice shapes, beautiful shapes of that we know of the snow. And if it is words that are like negative, so you see that the shapes are not so beautiful. So that's one example, but obviously it's much more than that. Okay. So when the speech have been like so many languages, the Torah is telling us that that's the generation of the Palaga, that the language broke to all of the different nations. Okay, because they were trying to build the Tower of Babylon, Babel, and then Hashem said that it's not right that everybody will speak the same language and it causes them to do bad things. So He made them to speak different languages. They didn't understand each other, and then they scattered. Right? Anyhow, we want to not to look on the history of the world, even though it is very interesting. Maybe we'll do it in another time. But we want to understand an example of the power of the Hebrew letters. Okay, so there is one of the most ancient books of Kabbalah. It's called Sefer Yetzirah, the book of creation. What does it mean, the book of creation, Sefer Yetzirah? It means that there is a way, when you know how to use the power of the letters, to create in the world, create new things, to bring new things into the physical creation, as well as the spiritual. In the spiritual, it's much easier. Anyone that is learning Torah says that is creating spiritual worlds. Okay, every word of Torah that even now I'm speaking to you, there is words that are getting created, even though it's English, but still the meaning of using the language for something that is holy, that creates worlds upon worlds. Anyhow, I wanted to give over that point of Sefer Yetzirah as a final example of the power of the Hebrew letters, and with the help of Hashem, in the next days we will speak like more individually on the different letters a little bit. So the Sefer Yetzirah is telling us that each one of the letters is connected to a whole channel of creation, of energy, of light, of Hashem. It's a manifestation, it's a way to manifest certain qualities within the creation, okay? And the Sefer Yetzirah secrets are very, very high. It says in the Gemara that they, in the first generations of sages, they had the ability to actually form, for example, a cow if they wanted to eat. So they can form a cow, slaughter it, and have a meal. Okay, there's in certain stories about the previous generations of the Mekubalim in Morocco, that they were able to say words and to have the table full of food and drinks. Okay, so all of those things, it sounds like imaginable, unimaginable, but the truth of the matter is that it's all there. Okay, Hashem gave Am Yisrael a tremendous power when He gave us the Torah in those letters. Now, there's one question that somebody asked me a long time ago, and I want to finish with this, presenting the question and answering it. That if you look on the old manuscripts, so you see that it was not written in the same kind of letters that we have today. Okay, the kind of letters that we have today is called Ashurit, and the old writing of the Hebrew is called Ktav Yetedot. That is something that is like kind of ancient writing. So he was claiming, how can you say that these letters are so holy? He say Ktav Ashurit, it came from Ashur, from a different country, from a different nation. What are you talking about? So I told him, no, this is not the letters of Ashur. Okay, there's no other nation in the world that are using the same kind of letters like the alphabet of the Jewish people. Why we call this kind of writing that we write today Ashurit? Says Rabbi Avraham Abulafia, because this is the shape of letters that is meushar, that we got the agreement upon from heaven. So the way I explain it is that this is a revelation in prophecy. Okay, the sages that revealed those letters to us, they were in a level of prophets, and they were, with their spiritual grasp, they were able to relate to those concepts and reveal them in the world. So it was always there, those letters was always there, but in a certain point of the creation, it became to be the right time to use it. So they brought it down, they revealed it to us. Okay, and that's my understanding from all the background of the Kabbalah books that I read, and we will speak about it more in details. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed. I am sorry for all the background noise. There's a Har Zion, King David's tomb is a very active place. There's many things going on here. B'ezrat Hashem, we hope that it will be only good things. Anyhow, blessings for everybody from King David's tomb.